right, will a nearly $11 million verdict against the Westboro Babtist church members stop their hate-filled protests? Albert Snyder sued the church members for picketing his son's funeral, and he won. He is live in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania right now. Also joining me is nationally syndicated talk show host and Fox News contributor Mike Gallagher from Dallas, who's made a deal with these church members, and we'll get into that shortly. Albert, thanks so much for being with us this morning. Your son, a Marine, was killed in Iraq. You had a funeral for him. You wanted it, of course, to be a private event, but these Westboro church members came and disrupted it. You sued them. You were awarded $11 million. How did you feel when the judge ruled in your favor in the courtroom?
Well, I just felt like a big weight was lifted off my shoulder. It's been a long year and a half. I think the first person that I thought of before anything was Matt, because all week I had just been asking him to, hey, please watch after me on this, Matt. And, you know, so I think the first thing I thought of was Matt. The money, I was shocked at the award. I couldn't believe it. But this wasn't about the money. It was about stopping these kooks, or whatever you want to call them.
And you did something for other families as well, because they have disrupted the funerals of many families who were grieving and wanted a private moment. The judge awarded $6 million in punitive damages, in other words, to punish them. And we're looking at video of these zealots as they protest at funerals. But unfortunately, the leaders of this church, they say that they are appealing this decision, and I think rather tauntingly have said that you will never see a dime. Do you think that you'll collect some money?
Oh, yes, I do. And they can appeal it all they want. A year ago, we heard that this will never make it into a courtroom. Then we heard it'll never be before a jury. Then we heard it'll never win. So, I mean, I think the judge was fair. There are people out there that think the Constitution means they can do anything, say anything, anytime, anywhere, and that's not what the First Amendment says. And the judge made that quite clear. What a normal person would consider offensive, obscene, or hurtful.
Sure.
And I stress the word normal people.
Right, absolutely. All right, Mike, you've met these folks. You've had them on your radio show. First of all, do they have $11 million?
Well, they have assets, and Mr. Snyder should be, should be reassured that they have an ability to hop on airplanes and to travel across the country and crisscross across the nation to hurt good people like Mr. Snyder and his family. So, yeah, they have assets. I don't know if they have $11 million, but I'll bet you they have a chunk of that. And frankly, I think they're in big trouble here, and they know it. Yeah, Allison, I had Shirley Phelps-Roper on my radio show yesterday for a few minutes to react to the award. To the Snyders. She, of course, was ranting and raving and saying the same thing her father did, that they'll never see any money. But in the course of that conversation, I did, again, another deal. I read that they were going to go picket outside the funerals of those college kids who were killed in the house fire in North Carolina. Oh, it's unbelievable. And so I said, okay, Shirley, we've done this before. I did this with the Amish kids, and I did this with the kids at Virginia Tech where they were going to protest. I said, you're going to be on my national radio show for 5 or 10 minutes. Let's do a deal. Promise me you won't go hurt those families in South Carolina in exchange for me interviewing you, and we'll have a deal. And she agreed, and she's always followed through on that promise. So, frankly, giving up a few minutes of my radio show to spare families like what Mr. Snyder and his family went through is real worth it. I'm pretty proud that we were able to pull that off on our radio show.
Well, I'm sure that they appreciate it, and we appreciate both of you coming on this morning. Good luck, Mr. Snyder. Good luck collecting.
Thank you.
And we're all pulling for you. Thanks so much for being here.